So we're back.
We're back again. But
We're
back again. Just your favourite podcast saviour.
Who's
your good future? Who's your good future? Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we've taken something of a soft line, really. We've sort of joked about how, if people look at pictures of Joseph and have themselves a little wank, that's a bit funny. But it's not.
No, it's really quite
repulsive.
Disgusting. Yeah.
And people, like, become friends with us on YouTube and just casually talk about, I'm an old pedo, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, what? It's like if you walked up to me on the street and said, what do you like? I like watching sport. What do you like? Rape? What do you do with that?
Oh, you know, rape, casually, just going to parties, traffic heroin.
Yeah. Do you know what game I liked this year? Bionic Commando Rearmed. That's interesting because I like torturing small animals.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, where do you think these people get off talking like they're not perverts?
Long Brown Cloud sickens me. Fuck, he was a weird fuck.
What did he...
Tard.
Because he just basically comes on my channel and makes vaguely negative, cynical comments, which, you know, because cynicism, as we all know, is like intelligence for dumb people.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you're cynical, you just always seem like you have a world-weary kind of, I've seen it all, don't talk to me kind of posture. Whereas you're not. You're just taking the world's most boring, standard, unimaginative posture and elaborating upon it. But what commentary has he made to you?
Well, my favourite one from Long Brown Cloud was draw a bullseye around your anus so I have a clear shot.
Right. That's repugnant.
Yes. Because I blocked him, and so he now can't watch my videos or comment on my videos or anything. But he can watch this video on LiveFromJoes.
Well, that's convenient, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There have been lots of other ones as well. Like, there was that one, you know, I did the thing where I got our mother to make a vlog. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, well, I did. I got our mother to make a vlog on my channel.
Oh, I do remember that, yeah.
And a paedophile commented, "Nice one, woman, you produced a slamming hottie I'd fuck any day," or something. And it's like, ooh.
You're talking to someone's mother.
Yeah.
Where do you draw the fucking line?
It's just ridiculous and disgusting.
Like, if you were a woman, would people feel comfortable talking to your mother and saying, your daughter is a slamming hottie I'd fuck any day? I mean, I suppose that's the internet, you know? It's a horrible, repugnant place. And I was reading an article on cracked.com about how 2008 is the year that the nerds took over and the year that the internet became mainstream.
That article sickened me so much. I hated it more than you can imagine.
It was very well written, but still...
they were saying, it was like, the nerds, things coming into the real world. And they were like going on about all of this stuff and it just made me
and talking like that's a good thing.
And then it was like, the nerds will obviously one day rule the world.
Talking like people sitting in bars and talking like YouTube comments and making babies of themselves and behaving like asinine fools is somehow a good thing.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on nerds?
I think we've been over this before, actually, in a previous LiveFromJoes. I think we have. That nerds, there was one moment in which my perception of nerds changed, which was when they failed me. Because I really wanted this magazine article of a Sims
I remember
thing.
that.
Yeah, which I really wanted someone to rip from the magazine and put onto the internet.
Because if there's one thing nerds like, it's stealing.
Yeah.
Because nerds have no morals or ethics. They believe
Not stealing in real life. Never stealing in real life.
That would be brave and ballsy and show some spinal fortitude. But stealing information, because nerds basically have no ingrained sense of ethics. They think that it is their job to move past everything. And so they think that ethics and morals and spiritual values and societal norms are just outmoded concepts for the weak at heart, and so they believe that stealing things is good. But what happened when you wanted them to steal something?
They didn't. There were all of these... I kept on searching for this thing. It had been up for ages, and there were all of these people who were like, does anyone have the ups for this? I really want it. And I was like, yeah, so do I. But I don't talk like that, obviously. No. And then there were just all these nerds saying, I don't really want to upload it. I can't be bothered to upload it. I have it, but I can't be bothered. It's like, you're not allowed to. My responsibility as a non-nerd is to keep you in line. And if you're disrespecting me by not fulfilling your nerdly duties by uploading a magazine article. That's just not okay. What good are you? You might as well just be a normal person and not the freak you are.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, it used to be that there were regular people who enjoyed having social skills and knowing how to talk and having the ability to engage in conversation with someone and put words together so as to make for an interesting chat. And there were nerds who had no social skills and for some reason didn't know how to wash. Like, nerds just aren't aware that you should shower and that you should wear deodorant. They just think that that applies to other people, not them. And then they complain about how no one wants to talk to them and no one will go out with them. And it's like, well, of course not. Your personal hygiene is filthy and your interpersonal skills are woeful at best. But the one thing you have going for you, nerds, is that you're traffickers of information, that you have undertaken the vocation of being the conduit through which knowledge and information and data will flow. While it's never your DNA, it will at least be, intellectual knowledge. But then at some point, they just decided we don't even have to do that anymore.
There's a very clear difference that I want to make, though, between disgusting, long-haired, sweaty, sickening nerds and the kind of nerds that I actually really like, who are nerdy in a cute way, who, like, these people exist.
Right.
In the Hank and John Green phenomenon of Vlog Brothers.
Right.
They have had...
Are those the nerd fighters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of, like, really cool people come out of this who are at a adequate level of hygiene, but are also, like, really funny and really clever.
Well, that's different.
And use their information in a really cool way, in a really intelligent... And then in Nerd Fighters, they have what kind of nerd you are, and there's like Harry Potter nerds, and then there are all of these different kind of people who don't care for Harry Potter nerds very much. But there are all the
I think the obvious
types
distinction being made here is between nerds and geeks.
Yeah.
Like,
geeks are the ones...
Geeks are people who are obsessed with finding things out and seeing what they can do with that. And that's... you should still go outside every once in a while and enjoy the real world. And, if you like something and someone else likes something else, you should be willing to engage in conversation with them and see what common ground you have, rather than just being, oh, well, I like Babylon 5, so I'm not interested in talking to you about Spain. But, and I find that that's one thing about geeks, they're very myopic. But the geek worldview is not as essentially nihilistic and zero-sum and selfish and persecuted as that of the nerd. So that's another thing I don't like about the nerd, is that he has this view of himself as somehow like a persecuted minority who is secretly God's chosen people. I think that I don't know why I don't know why nerds rag on Jews so much, because the Judaic faith is somewhat built on being a persecuted minority who is secretly God's chosen people. And that's the position that all nerds... And you get a nerd talking and he'll just be talking about, oh, I hated everyone so much in school. Tell you the truth, I just like to rip their stomachs out and put a post in them. Well, if you spent less time thinking about sadistic things you'd like to do to your classmates and more time learning how to talk to them, maybe you would have had more of a fun time and we wouldn't be having this conversation now, which isn't much fun. I didn't have much of a fun time in high school up until 7th form, because I was on a different wavelength from most of my classmates and I didn't really like them and they didn't really like me. But then I fell in with a different group of people and we enjoyed ourselves and went out and had fun in the sunshine and took photos and listened to music, and it was all well and good. And now I like to think of myself as a Renaissance man, if the definition of Renaissance man is often uses cutlery.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I don't like nerds.
Okay, I don't care for them much either.
Okay.
Well, that kind of nerd, the disgusting, long-haired, sweaty, abusive, lolcat-loving, bucktard nerd.
Exactly, people who are obsessed with nerd culture for its own sake,
yeah.
I think is what we're talking about here. People who think that there is actually some inherent kernel of merit within internet culture. No, there's not.
Blunty 3000, an excellent example of a nerd I despise.
Blunty 3000, one of the worst people on YouTube. I think one of the reasons that I'm not too fussed by not having all that much YouTube success is that Blunty 3000 is one of the most successful people on YouTube. So
he's not.
Isn't he?
He is successful, but nowhere near one of the most successful YouTubers.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Yeah.
But in any case, if you want to get successful on YouTube, a good way to do so would to be like Blunty 3000, and so I don't want to be popular. Yeah, fuck all you. I'm not okay. I promise.